a switch.
আগস্টিন জায়গা জয় গুপ্তার সঙ্গে এজাজারি বিপিন আবারও এজাজারি ছেড়ে দিয়েছিল, জানতো পেছনে মিগেল ছিল এবং দুরন্ত বল বিপিনের উদ্দেশ্যে। ওয়েট করছে ওখানে নন্দা। ফার্স্ট টাচটা একটু ভালো হয়নি ব্যাক পোস্টে, তখনও কোনো প্লেয়ার ছিল না, যদিও বিপিন তাকে ফাউল করা হয়নি। রেফারির এটাই মতামত।
নন্দার টাচটা যদি ভালো করতে পারতো না, নন্দাই এই গোলটা হয়তো করতে পারতো, বা অথবা ইউসুফকে দিয়ে গোল করাতে পারতো। দেখো ফার্স্ট টাচটা কিন্তু একটু অ্যাওয়ে হয়ে গেছে, ঠিক রাখতে পারেনি সামনের দিকে, তার জন্যে। নাহলে ফার্স্ট টাচেও যদি
all getting on in the act and making it 3-1 at the break.
ফার্স্ট হাফ শেষ 3-1, ইস্ট বেঙ্গল 3 দিল্লি এসসি 1।
The perfect thing was for
তিনটে গোল দিয়ে দিয়েছে ইস্ট বেঙ্গল ফার্স্ট হাফে। 3 গোল ইস্ট বেঙ্গলের, নিঃসন্দেহে বড় ব্যবধানে জয় পেতে চলেছে ইস্ট বেঙ্গল। এই ম্যাচটাও সেটারই কিন্তু ইঙ্গিত, এবং ফার্স্ট হাফে 3 গোল।
fan contest to country. Rejected.
Salt Lake at half-time. East Bengal lead 3-1 against SC Delhi. Across the face of goal, sending Jai Gupta down, and Anwar Ali just a little slow to make that block. But the response was swift, and it was technically brilliant from Edmund Lalrindiga, who struck this so hard, completely bamboozled Vishal Yadav, who could have done better though. If he looks at this again and again, he's still watching, and then bang, of course there's a pace on it, but if only he could have kept stronger hands. Edmund went from goal scorer to assist provider. Now he went down in the box. Fernandez clumsy with his challenge, and Ezechari making it look oh so easy from the spot. He's been with 2-1 up, almost in the blink of an eye. Miguel Figueroa started putting the strings in and finding Ezechari with his beautiful cross. The striker will be thinking he could have done better, but what about this for a ball and this for a finish? So clever through the legs of Yadav, and we have the number 9 waiting on a hat-trick. And the stands are full, and why not? With all the goals and entertainment in this one. Excellent game so far. Worth having another look in three strikes. Edmund coming into the team in place of Saul Crespo, who got injured during training and has turned into a boon for East Bengal. Four goals now in two appearances in the ISL for Ezejari, becoming favourite for the Golden Boot already. Ezejari's numbers: 2 goals out of 3 shots, 11 touches, but almost all of them meaningful. Augustine opens the account for SC Delhi in the ISL, so that one's off the back. But of course it takes a lot of maturity to hold on to an early lead, especially away from home against one of the strongest teams in the league. He's got it in him, Augustine. Very good to watch. Clarence Fernandez has done very well to find him on the right as well. Mohammad Ayman, however, it has some moments, but still has to make a meaningful impact. This is that attempt where he shifted onto his right and took that hit. One assist, of course, for Ayman for his pass towards Augustine. They expect a few more carries. Wonder if he's playing in the right position, though. Sometimes he's just seemed too central for his liking. Probably prefers to be slightly wider. These are the changes available for both the head coaches. Expect to few from that East Bengal lineup, and of course a chance for the likes of Alan Saji to also come on. A quick break, and then the second half.
craziest fan contest की entry. Rejected.
East Bengal just walking out of the tunnel, comfortably sitting in a 3-1 lead. It's not like SC Delhi haven't offered anything going forward, but there is a considerable difference in the quality of threat that both attacks have. As for the striker, Jari, he's on a hat-trick. And a quick look at his career, especially last season, will tell you that when he gets going, he scores in bunches. That is something that Delhi will have to be very careful about. And that is just for the next 45 minutes. In fact, a lot of teams will be looking at Ezajari and Miguel Figueroa, trying to break that partnership and trying to hamper the processes. But the network seems to be perfect between those two, and it's blossoming very well indeed. For Delhi though, now they have to stop the leak. Ezajari scored 4 goals last season for his club Tanjong Pagar United in one game against Young Lions, and then scored 4 more in the last season, 25-26, before he came to East Bengal. He's on 2, and when I say 4 more, that means 4 in a game. One of those victories was a 4-3 win against Tampines, and he scored all of the goals. He scored half the goals in this game.
সেকেন্ড হাফ খেলা শুরু হচ্ছে। ইস্ট বেঙ্গল 3,
It won't be really surprising. Not
SC
really
Delhi
big match,
1।
but it would be surprising even if he gets 4, which is one more than that.
দেখা যাক সেকেন্ড হাফে ইস্ট বেঙ্গল আর কোনো গোল করতে পারে কিনা।
Very important for the red and gold brigade to continue picking up points, especially after Goa, even with a draw and a win, with the top of the table. The next 2 game played. East Bengal will welcome Jamshedpur, then Goa, then Kerala Blasters in the next 3 games. Of course, after that, they have Northern Sporting, but even if they pick 6 out of 9 points against Jamshedpur, Goa and the Blasters, they're looking at a proper title tilt. Something that hasn't happened since the 18-19 season. That was in the I-League. Babovic is offside. Hasn't had a lot of joy. Oh, looked like he was onside on that occasion. Jai Gupta, they're playing him on. Close call. Here's Gugu. Kudu into a pocket of space. Picks out a wider player. Just on the decision making when it comes to that final pass is wanting from Delhi. Now Miguel Figueroa.
এবার মিগুয়েল অ্যাটাকে যাচ্ছে।
Perfect weight on that for Nandakumar.
নন্দকুমার, ওহো, ওপর দিয়ে মারলেন নন্দা, এটা কি করে?
Just went with so much power when he had to be calm on the finish. Sheer weight and the care in the pass that Miguel Figueroa made. Such a joy to watch. Look at the technique. Oh, just stops in front of Nandakumar. Under some pressure from Fernandez. Surely could have
Desky entry.
रिजेक्टेड जेमिनाई के साथ थोड़ा और क्रेजी हो सकता है गूगल जेमिनाई पर अपना क्रेजी लुक बनाइए और सोशल मीडिया पर गूगल इंडिया को टैग करके हमें भेजिए और हम उसी लुक में आपको T20 वर्ल्ड कप भेजेंगे
মুহুর্মুহুর আক্রমণ ইস্ট বেঙ্গলের।
Come on, great. Now, many times we get a finding the wicket. While Popovic
170 million new jobs by 2030.
On wide.
Empower your child with an AI PC with Intel inside.
Popovic. Then Delhi having a tough start to life. Leads the goal. Goa and Mumbai City. All four games on the road. Right at the start of the campaign. Played much given how rushed the entire squad building was. As I said, they've still done a very good job setting up those youngsters with some experience. Young coach.
Popovic bouncing around.
Popovic bouncing around. Sent back for Jay Gupta, cleared it away.
Slowly react at the back.
কর্নার, স্পোর্টিং দিল্লির অনুকূলে কর্নার।
We've taken an early goal.
You've taken an early goal.
Complexion changes.
Then the complexion changes.
As I've sent it in.
As I said it in.
Defended by Jackson.
By Jason.
Kudu for Joseph.
Kudu for Joseph.
Especially with the games that you mentioned coming up, probably the 4-1 lead, probably have the luxury of taking a few players off. Sure, Ezajari won't want to come off until he gets his hat-trick. It's a good opportunity to rest some players and give some of the younger lads an opportunity to get some valuable minutes.
Oh! Looked like he was offside. He was. The flag did go up, but Edmund looked like half a shot, half a pass.
It wasn't certainly intended as a pass, but that's just a striker's instinct that he has. He's always in the right position. Just clever enough to react. Obviously would be offside, but
Ayman. Topsukan comes out. Hudu. Really nice lofted pass, and the shot takes a deflection, goes out for a corner. At least every time they're going forward, they're winning something, a set piece, just to keep that pressure on.
We say that tough couple of fixtures, Bengaluru first and East Bengal. Not necessarily the easiest start. I think as we were looking at the fixture list, if East Bengal don't drop points against Jamshedpur and FC Goa, then really put them in a very, very good position to reach out challenging for the top spot. Still early doors, but you look at the likes of Jamshedpur, you look at the likes of FC Goa, it's going to be hard to break down, and those are the games I think that we're going to really start to judge. East Bengal, I mean, no disrespect to Delhi, but they haven't really posed too much of a problem.
Really put them in a very, very good position to be challenging for the top spot.
Both have been a while, and both the Kolkata Giants
Doors, but you look at the likes of Jamshedpur, you look at the likes of FC Goa,
in terms of personnel.
it's going to be hard to break down, and those are the games that we're going to really start to judge.
All the years,
No disrespect to
where one Khan has
Delhi, but
dominated
really
the right wing.
was too much of a problem.
ভলিউম মিক্সচারটা কিছু হচ্ছে না
Yeah, late entrance obviously into the league, and it's always tough when teams are more established in the league.
It's also been a while that both the Kolkata Giants have been this good going forward, attacking and with personnel.
I think that's where a similar problem for
More
FC
well
Delhi,
matched
and teams are
compared
established
to
in the league,
all
obviously
the years
taken over
they've
the
been
franchise
seeking
right
to
about the
dominate
stripped of a lot of its players
the
because of the way that things went down at Hyderabad FC. Championship winning,
Obviously into the league,
title
and
winning side,
it's always tough
stripped of
for
its players.
teams from all the
You
stuff.
got to rebuild. They've been done it prudently, but that's going to take time to show the sort of rewards. And you can see at least the positivity in the way they play. This young lad certainly looks one of the bright spots for them.
I
Obviously,
think that's their similar problem for FC Delhi. The teams are established and they've obviously taken over the franchise
game
from
by game,
the
so that
strictly legacy law because they've always been going behind the
এখানটাতে দিল্লি অনেক বেশি করে অ্যাটাক করছে আবার ইস্ট বেঙ্গল অ্যাটাকে যাওয়ার চেষ্টা লালমন্ডিকা এখান থেকে নান্দা করতে পারল না ইস্ট বেঙ্গল 3 দিল্লি এফসি দিল্লি 1
Now picked up by Edmund. Almost finding him to come out.
স্টুপে নামানো হবে সম্ভবত নন্দাকে বসিয়ে
ভলিউম মিক্সচারটা কিছু হচ্ছে না
It's also been a while.
রাখ কমিয়ে দেওয়ার চেষ্টা এই ম্যাচে ইউসুফ ইজগারি দুটো গোল হয়ে গেছে বিষ্ণু নামছে নন্দার পরিবর্তে বিষ্ণু নামছে
I think he'll be frustrated. Number come out, the opportunities that he's had really should have been out of the score sheet.
Really now you can't see Edmund not being in the starting lineup after his performance tonight. So Vishnu's going to have to show us something. Can't just
pace down the wing. There's got to be a little bit more, something more, one more dimension to it.
He'd scored a spectacular goal. He'd take players on one day, and then
তার সাথে হ্যাঙ্গিং স্পিকারে
in the last game, glorious chance to score a goal, free header inside the 6-yard box. Again today, squandered a chance where he should have hit the target at least. So that's why PV Vishnu now. This is where you're going to get these opportunities, but you've got to grab it. He failed to do that in the last game. It wasn't really impressive. See how Edmund has snatched that opportunity given to him. Really now you can't see Edmund not being in the starting lineup after his performance tonight. So Vishnu's going to have to show us something. Can't just be paced down the wing. There's got to be a little bit more, something more, one more dimension to it. This game.
দিল্লি অনেক বেশি করে অ্যাটাক করছে আবার ইস্ট বেঙ্গল অ্যাটাকে যাওয়ার চেষ্টা লালগন্ডিকা এখান থেকে নান্ডা করতে পারলো না ইস্ট বেঙ্গল 3 দিল্লি
picked up by Edmund.
নামানো হবে ঘন্টাতে বসিয়ে রাখতে নিয়ে যাওয়া
mainstay in that high.
Show us something. Pace down the line was going to be a little bit more, one more dimension.
Centre-back partnership that seems to be out of favour for the time being. Here's Vishnu.
Vishnu!
Does well to get onto the ball the second time.
That's better from Vishnu. No positive intent. neutral's perspective, we'd like to see a goal from Delhi. See how really test the credentials of East Bengal. See if they can raise their game to another level. They did that in the first half when they went a goal down. Certainly picked their game up. Kind of gone off the ball a little bit. Gone a little bit defensive. Very flat in the way they're defending.
Augustine. East Bengal have also slowed down a little bit going forward.
It's a really good save from players hovering around for the rebound to make sure not only made the save but collected the rebound, kept it tidy. First shot they faced tonight. I think that's been their problem. Played well in patches, but it's little mistakes. Make a horrendous mistake for the first goal, a silly mistake in terms of the penalty that allowed them back in the game. Allowed East Bengal to go on to take the lead. That's the area where a coach of an inexperienced side is going to wonder how is he going to fix that. Time and again, they keep making these mistakes. We saw that with Compton Sporting last night too. That's the difference between the experience. And that's the difference between having a strong squad as well, where you can make the changes or bring the changes when these things are happening, or to prevent them from happening.
Goal from Delhi could really liven up the atmosphere in this game right now. It's either that or the first hat-trick of the new ISL season. As soon as that happens, I'll blame Oscar Bruzon if he took off as a Jari and just wrapped him up in some cotton wool for the next one. A lot of what happens in that next game will also depend on the later kickoff tonight, Jamshedpur against Punjab. That is on in just more than an hour, 7:30 p.m. kickoff. We'll be able to tell you some of the team news in exactly 7 odd minutes.
একটু হালকা হালকা জন্য
Well seen. Stopped by Hudu, that pass. Just likes to keep things ticking in midfield.
মিনিট খেলা অতিক্রান্ত ইস্ট বেঙ্গল 3 এডমন্ড লালুন্ডি অ্যাটাকে যাচ্ছে আবার এডমন্ড থেকে মিগুয়েল
See the chemistry already between those three, Edmund, Figuera and Izajari all trying to combine and set something else up. ball. Oh, and somehow
Oh,
he's just gone past the two white jerseys. One of them was
গোল হয়ে যেতে
Saji,
পারতো, দিল্লি গোল
and
দিয়ে দিতে
Joseph
পারতো আর
Sunny was
একটা
also running in at the far post.
shot.
Manoj Mohammed just unable to understand how that one didn't hit the back of the net.
It's not just Manoj Mohammed, even we're wondering how that didn't end up in the back of the net. It's a wonderful delivery. Just asking for someone to slide and get on the end of it. I think it's just bounced over on Saji's leg there.
বড় বাঁচান বেঁচে গেছে ইস্ট
Promising. So I suppose you bring in the changes, and that's what you wanted to see. Centre forward making that run into the box, just needed that little bit of a touch. This game, I think, Bulla, isn't dead and buried just yet. We thought for half time it's just going to be one-way traffic in the second half. But there is some fight in this young height. Certainly showing some resilience. That's a good move on.
বিষ্ণু
Vishnu.
এটাকে দেওয়ার চেষ্টা পিভি বিষ্ণু
Ribeiro too strong.
এবার জয় গুপ্তা, সেখান থেকে বিষ্ণু, রশিদ, এডমন্ড,
Joseph Sunny's gone down with a shake of the head.
দিল্লি কোনো একজন প্লেয়ার
Going off.
অসুস্থ বোধ করছে।
Devendra we brought on. Chunga Amar also ready to be brought on. Mohammad Ayman will be the player making way.
অস্কার বুজন কিছুটা খুশি হবেন, যদিও আজকে প্রথম গোলটা এসছে দিল্লি করে দিয়েছিল, কিন্তু তারপরে
Chunga Amar could
ব্যাক টু ব্যাক
make a
গোল
difference.
এসছে
This is
ইস্ট
a player
বেঙ্গলের
who's scored a
ঝুলিতে।
couple of goals in the Indian Super League.
হ্যাটট্রিকের সামনে দাঁড়িয়ে আছেন ইউসুফ ইজাজারি।
Always been one of the main outlets. Struggling Hyderabad side last season.
আজকে এডমন্ড ওয়ার্ল্ডেন্ডিকা কেউ গোল পেয়েছে।
Hit the set pieces.
আইম্যানকে বসিয়ে নেওয়া হলো দিল্লির আইম্যান।
Scoreline still 3-1, 20 minutes and a little more left to play in terms of added time.
20 মিনিটের মতন খেলা বাকি এখন আর।
Jaws told him just one thing: get us a goal, and then see if we can fight back from there.
Chungamar, great technique, scored that wonderful free kick, if you remember. It's decent players that he's got on the bench that he can bring off Thomas Scholes to sort of impact the game.
এটাকে দেওয়ার চেষ্টা
Just needs
পিভি
to
বিষ্ণু।
tighten up defensively. It could cause a lot of upsets this season. So they've got some really exciting attacking players. I think it's just a matter of finding the right balance in his side. So where Vishnu just really trying to press the manager, make a case for him starting in the next game.
Devendra and to thread one through.
ইস্ট বেঙ্গল
And a
3
long throw in.
দিল্লি 1।
Hudu and Gogo. wonder whether East Bengal have slowed down or have Delhi just grown into the game and stopped them. Because if that's happened, then they've surely been given the right instructions at half time and they've held firm. At the same time, when the side is 3-1 up, that lack of urgency just seems to build. It's just natural for teams who are completely comfortable to not go in search of more goals or exert themselves that much after scoring enough in the first 45. I wonder whether that'll bite East Bengal. One more goal and then they can rest easy.
Yeah, I think that's what the half-time team talk would have been about, getting one more goal, and certainly should have got it. And that wonderful pass into Nandakumar, that should have been the goal that sealed the game. But you don't take your chances, and as you said,
রাকিবকে নামানো হবে মনে হচ্ছে। রাকিবের সেই মাথা কেটে গিয়েছিল, সেই অবস্থাতেই বিশেষ ব্যান্ডেজ করা অবস্থাতেই মাঠে নামবেন মোহাম্মদ রাকিব। ভালো খেলছেন, প্রভাব রেখেছেন।
Second half chances, I think it's pretty even Stevens in terms of clear-cut chances.
কিন্তু আইএসএল এর শুরুতেই প্র্যাকটিস ম্যাচে মোহামেডানের বিরুদ্ধে মাথায় হেঁটে যায়, তা আটটা সেলাই করেছে।
They probably feel that if they get one goal, the nerves, the pressure from the crowd could impact them. And see, without Saul Crespo, there's not much on that East Bengal bench now that you think that the coach could go to that's going to make a positive impact.
মিকেল ফিগুয়েরো দৌড়চ্ছেন, সুন্দর ও গোল হতে পারত। এখনো ডেঞ্জারাস জোনেই রয়েছে। বিপিন সিং শট মারতে গেলেন, সেখান থেকে এডমন্ড জয়গুপ্ত উঠে আসছেন।
Changes ready now for East Bengal as well. As Ajari will be coming off. He probably was told by the head coach he'll get up to 75 minutes to get that hat-trick. After that, I'm taking you off. I have to protect him as well.
Yeah, makes sense.
ভালো একটা জায়গায় ফ্রি পেয়েছে, সেখান থেকে শুরু করে দিয়েছিল, বাট বাঁশি বাজিয়ে দিলেন। ডেভিডকে নামানো হচ্ছে, ডেভিড আমার এবং রাকিব।
Who will be going off is Bipin Singh.
It's going to be interesting to see how Oscar realigns the side now with Rakib, obviously giving him some clear instructions, just lip reading skills. Just wants him to go.
Bipin's ball was perfect and Ajari just glanced it. He likes the delivery.
Yeah, expecting the delivery. The outswing, it was a wonderful in-swing cross from Bipin. And he'll be disappointed. That was his chance for the hat-trick. Before he sees his name come up on the board. Going to have to make way for the young David Amar.
Edmund will also be coming off. Sovic will coming on. So this is clearly a sign with Rakib and Sovic coming on. Oscar Bruzon not wanting to risk dropping any points from this kind of position. Just speaking about all the young players that Delhi have, the exciting players they have, and now that it's past 6:30, less than an hour to next game's kickoff, it's great news that Mohammad Suhail and Bikash are both going to be starting for Punjab. And those are also very exciting players. Let's not forget Lungdim, the right back. Of course, Danny Ramirez, Effiong up front with Ricky Shabong and Zelkovic in the middle of the park. Mohammad Suhail, of course, with a wonderful
ডেভিড, সৌভিক,
performance
রাকিব তিনজনকে নামানো হবে।
for the India age group
ডিফেন্স স্ট্রং
sides.
করে ভারতীয় অ্যাটাকে
One
যাবে
exciting player to
ইস্ট বেঙ্গল।
watch out. Excellent finish, great winger, good physique, pace. It's his first chance to show whether he's come back slightly stronger and more mature this season. It's a great ball
Oh.
from Anwar. I thought that the changes would happen during that drinks break. They haven't happened yet, even though the list has been submitted to the fourth official. Maybe now's the time.
I think you can't make the changes
তিনটে চেঞ্জ করছে
during
বিপিন,
the water break.
কে বসানো হচ্ছে।
The reason, or maybe East Bengal just opted to make three
Defensive
changes
player
instead of the
বাড়াচ্ছে।
two changes that we thought they were going to make, and that's what they just probably wanted to do.
রিজাজারিকে
Use
বসিয়ে
that
দেওয়া
one
হলো, ডেভিডকে তার জায়গায় নামানো
substitution
হয়েছে।
to make all three of those
রিজাজারি
changes.
আজকে দুটো গোল কিন্তু করে দিয়ে গেছে।
Good professional as a Jari. No shakes of the head, no tantrum thrown,
সৌভিক
looking for a hat trick.
নামলো,
Job done. 2 goals on the
সৌভিক,
night.
ডেভিড
Many more
এবং
to come surely.
রাকিব।
It'll be interesting to see how they've lined up now. David
এই
Amar,
মুহূর্তে ইস্ট বেঙ্গলের মাত্র দুজন
Figueroa,
ফরেনার,
more advanced positions.
মিগুয়েল ফিগুয়েরা এবং মোহাম্মদ রশিদ।
Rakib into a right wing position to give that sort of extra support for Chukka, for Ultranonga. There's a lot of the attacks coming down that flank.
পাঁচজন
They
ডিফেন্সে
felt
চলে গেছে এই মুহূর্তে
Oscar's
ইস্ট
probably
বেঙ্গল।
felt he needs to tighten things up a little bit, as you said. 3-1's not a bad scoreline, just need to make sure he can protect it.
আর বাড়তি কোনো রিস্ক নিতে চাইছেন না।
Important touch
Bengal
from
coach.
Jay Gupta, even though Saji might have been offside.
আজকে মনে করা হয়েছিল অ্যান্টনি সোজবর্গকে হয়তো টিমে রাখবেন অস্কার বোজো, কিন্তু তিনি রাখেননি অ্যান্টনকে।
Possession in this second half for Delhi. It's a marauding run as well from Gogo. Trapsukan just making sure it goes out. It's a corner.
কর্নার দিল্লির পক্ষে।
Yeah, the experienced fullback going on a run. Needed some good defending. Given a corner now. Can this young side capitalise on this set piece? Maybe one from the training ground.
They've had a really good half so far. It's a good delivery as well from Manoj. Oh, just kisses the top of the bar and goes out from Ribeiro.
79 মিনিট অতিক্রান্ত, আর 10-12 মিনিটের মতন খেলা রয়েছে।
On another night, cut out the
ইস্ট বেঙ্গল
mistakes.
এই মুহূর্তে মাঠে মাত্র দুজন বিদেশিকে নিয়ে খেলছে, মিগুয়েল
And
এবং
they could have
মোহাম্মদ
been
রশিদ।
walking away with a very, very famous upset.
ক্রুশিয়াল টাইম, এই সময়টা ইস্ট বেঙ্গল ডিফেন্স শক্তপোক্ত থাকতে হবে।
And that's the next step for Thomas Chose. Of course, the next game, Jamshedpur against Punjab. But that's the maturity to build in a squad. He's got to focus on the right things. And sometimes when there's a young team, there's not enough positives to go on and focus on. The number of chances they've created, kept things slightly tighter at the back after those couple of chances that Miguel Figueira created. And these are the little things that he will fixate on, he will
নন্দা
build on.
সুযোগটা নষ্ট না করলে ইস্ট বেঙ্গল এতক্ষণ
And then as
4
he
গোল হয়ে
really
যেতে পারত।
get going, once that first win is out of the way,
এবার কিন্তু দিল্লি অনেক বেশি অ্যাটাক করছে।
Yeah, you can see as it's,
কারণ
almost a
তাদের
team.
কাছে সময়
The last
অল্প।
10 minutes of the game. There's not much difference. If you look at the personnel from player to player, there's some really impressive performances. You look at some of the young players, they're capable, certainly capable, have the qualities to play at this level. There's no difference in terms of ability. It's just those fine moments where, obviously, I think the way sometimes you set yourself up as a team, certain things in terms of set pieces.
ডেভিডও নিচে নেমে
Coco.
এসেছে ডিফেন্স
Another cross
করতে।
to deal with. Azhar.
মিগুয়েল
Now
বিষ্ণু
Vishnu.
আবার
Yes,
মিগুয়েল
Holding off Sajid.
দারুণ
Gap
একটা
for
pass
PV
দিয়েছে।
Vishnu. Could have just darted in slightly earlier.
সম্ভবত আর একটা ছিল এটাতে অনেক ইয়ে হচ্ছে
কেটে পড়ে যাচ্ছে উপরে ওঠা
আক্রমণে দিল্লি
Augustine.
চোখ শুকানো হাতে সোজাসুজি
It's probably been the one blot on his book tonight for Augustine.
রাকিব
Really positive start in the first half, wonderfully taken goal. Just gone off the boil a little bit in the second half.
মনে হচ্ছে ইসরায়েল দিল্লিকে কিছুটা অ্যালাউই করছে যে আসো ভাই দেখি তোমাদের কত দম কিন্তু সৌভিক মিগুয়েল আবার অ্যাটাকে যাওয়ার চেষ্টা না ফাইট বলে বল হারিয়ে গেল
Is that another really good game? Augustine. Released down the right. It's a strong cross as well on Murali clears.
নোয়ালি বলটা ক্লিয়ার করে দিলেন
Azhar. Saji had made such a good run. Keep it simple. Sometimes when you have youth,
দেখা যাক ডেভিড বলটা পায় কিনা না লম্বা পেয়ে গেছে ডেভিড বলটা তো বাসি অফসাইড দিল
Yeah, that's the thing, but I think just decision making in the final third at times. It's pretty much been all SC Delhi these last 10 minutes, both in terms of possession, in terms of territorial advantage. It's just when they get in and around that final third, that decision making, something, go back to the training ground, work on it. What the best should be doing. That's where the video.
চুরাশি মিনিট খেলা অতিক্রান্ত ইস্ট বেঙ্গল 3 এসএ দিল্লি 1
that's the difference. Last season, Brad, we kept talking about Mohan Bagan Super Giant and how they had a shift up in the gears
Vishnu.
through a game. Start slow.
অ্যাটাকে
then
যাওয়ার চেষ্টা
almost
বিষ্ণু খুব
as
ভালো
they
পাস
knew
ডেভিডকে
exactly what they
এবার
can.
ডেভিড
Good work
David.
from David Amari. Come back to that ball.
মিগুয়েল
Now Figuera.
ও
Woodwork and clear away. Eventually by Azhar. Another chance.
Just see a little disagreement between the two.
একটু ডেভিড আর মিগুয়েল একটু মিস আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ডিং হয়ে গেল
And Miguel just took it off his
মিগুয়েলের
feet.
শটটা
When he
বাড়ে
did this from that tight angle,
হাতে লেগে গেছে
very
কর্নার
fortunate
হাতে
for
লেগেছে
Shah Yadav.
গোলকিপারের
Palmed it onto the post, and the post to his rescue on that occasion.
Figueira takes. Sits up for Rashid. Finally safe on Chukamar. Only for a little bit though. Miguel Figueira was always going to play that first time for Vishnu. It's a decent challenge from Gugu. Very cleverly done by Chukamar as well. Gupta goes into the book for them. Pointless at this stage of the game in that part.
Yeah, I think Jay Gupta just knowing it's going to be a long track back. So not only went down on that deliberate handball.
See a little bit of Ashutosh Mehta for SC Delhi. Augustine for Chungamar into that space where he likes to take a shot from. It's very clever how he moves central. And very quick as well. There it is. Always looking for that shot.
তফসিকান গিলকে একটু ব্যস্ত থাকতে হচ্ছে, মাঝে মাঝে বল যাচ্ছে তার দিকে,
Yeah, they've just
যদিও এখনো
gone a little bit sloppy.
সমস্যা ফেলার মতন তেমন কোনো শট
Giving that
হয়নি
ball away.
ইস্ট বেঙ্গলের গোল মুখে। একমাত্র যে গোলটি হয়েছে
reminding them of the threat that he possesses in and around that sort of edge of the
সেই
box.
শটটাতেই
Just careless in
গোল
possession,
পেয়েছিলেন
East Bengal.
তফসিকান গিল।
But it is a side, and Thomas Cho's now the next task is how do you fit those players? Because in a young side like this, you need that threat from a distance. You can't always rely on getting into the box and scoring a goal like Augustine did, or creating chances like Manoj Mohammed crossing it in for Saji. Sometimes you need that threat from the set piece from about 25-30 yards out, who can add that little individual quality and score the odd goal.
ইস্ট বেঙ্গল একটা
I
চেঞ্জ
think that's going to
করবে,
be their
মার্টিন
challenge.
রায়নাকে নামাবে
They've got a
খুব
decent
সম্ভবত।
enough squad. You look at the players that have come on, they've made an impact. The players that
আরো
started.
একজন ডিফেন্সিভ প্লেয়ার।
It's just early on, obviously, in the club. It's a young club, even though obviously it existed to an extent before in a different avatar. They've just got to figure out what's the best balance for their side, how they can use these players. You look at their bench, they've got like Saji, as you said.
কালচুংডুঙ্গাকে
Can
বসে
they build a
মার্টিন
decent
রায়নাকে
enough
নামানো
defense
হচ্ছে।
around the players that they have? And that's something that maybe it's just going to take time. And time is something that teams don't have this season. As we see another young lad who impressed in the I-League, Makan Raina, coming on for Chungunga. Going straight into that right back position.
Isaac's also come on. Here's Gogo. Once again, Alan Saji just asking those players from outside the box, why are they going for the ambitious
ডেভিড
loft,
একা এই মুহূর্তে
spinning towards someone's head when the striker's right in front of them?
6 মিনিট অ্যাডেড টাইম।
Ashutosh Mehta is playing slightly higher in his usual right back position. Into 6 minutes of added time.
Six minutes of sustained pressure one can expect from SC Delhi. Can they get something of a consolation goal? Just give them something to go back to the drawing board, give them some confidence and know that, it's a work in progress. If you look at it game by game, lost 2-0 to